Hello, my name is DeadlySlob with TGN.TV. Today we have an interesting episode of Perkunas 1 through 85, and I'm going to just let everyone know right off the bat, Perkunas is no longer on the Venture Co. US server. I moved him over to Spirestone to be in the Cenarian Guard with Hengist and Big C and a bunch of other fans out there. So if you are interested in playing with any of us, you can go to Spirestone on the Alliance side and whisper someone in the Cenarian Guard. So we left Zangarmarsh as soon as we were done most of the quests there, and now we're in Terakar Forest. We don't stay very long in Terakar. I got pretty pissed off at the quests. As soon as we hit the Bone Wastes quest chains, I took off to Nagrand, and it actually worked out perfectly. We hit level 68 right after all of the Nessenwary quests in Nagrand, which allowed me to go right to Howling Forge and continue with my plan, adjusting as I go, because if you're not enjoying a quest chain or a questing area, you can move on. I mean, if you're in that level specification, which in Northrend, it's pretty lenient. I mean, you can basically go to Grizzly Hills, Boring Tundra, Dragonblight, all at level 71. You can do all that stuff. So the goal is basically to hit 71. You can do that in the Outlands as well, but I mean, whatever floats your boat, man. Do whatever you can to hit level 71. Then so many options are available to you, endless. It makes it very easy to level. So we're doing the standard, you kill quests. Most zones, as soon as you get there, you have to kill a bunch of different types of mobs, and they'll trail on to more of the cinematic type quests. Now we missed a clip that I was supposed to talk about, but I mentioned in my last Q&A video that I did get the glyph of Lightning Shield, and I also got the glyph of Storm Strike. The reason why I didn't get any other glyphs is because they're so damn expensive, and I really just want to wait till level 85 before I go wasting my gold on glyphs. As soon as I hit level 68, you'll see how much gold I have. I have around 1,000 gold. At this given time, I'm level 71.5, just about to hit level 72, and I have all that gold back. All the money I wasted on buying my Cold Flying and my Azeroth Flying, I got all that back from just questing alone. So here we go, the first thing of the day, and I just got one of my most useful moves I think I've ever had, 1 through 70, besides my Earth Elemental. I mean, this Fire Elemental has saved me so many times thus far. It's such a viable thing when leveling. Feral Spirits as well, you'll see that when I hit level 69. That move I've been using so much that you can gather up a huge group of mobs, pop your Feral Spirits, which only has a 2-minute cooldown, which is amazing. Those spirits will do amazing amounts of damage to the mobs around you and heal yourself with them. So you're basically unstoppable in the eyes of some NPCs. Maybe that might not be the case when it comes to Battlegrounds or Arena or something like that. But it's an amazing move, and it saved myself so many times. That Maelstrom weapon. I'm really enjoying Enhancement because of the survivability of the Spec. It's just so much greater than the Elemental right now that I don't really want to go back. There is a huge following on TGN that really wants me to go back Elemental, and I'm still debating it. But at this point, I'm moving at such an amazing pace that I don't really want to stop. I mean, Elemental has its benefits of being an actual caster, which is cool. I mean, I get to shoot lightning bolts into my hands. I mean, I still do that anyway with Maelstrom weapon. But we'll see how it goes. I mean, you can debate with me on live stream to see, maybe you might be able to convince me. But there we go. I'm using the Earth Elemental to great effect. I cut that out, but I had a huge amount of mobs on me. I just passed a level 71 warrior. I really did not want to get into a confrontation with that guy because it would only set me back a lot of time. Like, I couldn't kill him. I'm only level 66. He's got a significant level gap between me. It wasn't going to happen. So luckily he didn't actually see me. He was logging out, which was convenient. I did get camped pretty hard in Terakar Forest, but we are in the Grand right now. If you didn't notice, we did just kind of skip over from Terakar. I didn't really mention it. But yes, we are in the Grand, one of my favorite zones in the game. Just a beautiful zone. It's got amazing quests, very easy, and they give you a lot of experience. So definitely, if you are doing dungeons and are pretty bored of it, and you're around the 64 to 60 or 70 area, definitely hit Nagrand up and do the Nessingwary quests at least. You'll get a decent amount of experience. So I've been getting a lot of questions, like always, on the leveling guide I use. Sorry if I'm not trying to hoard this out or anything like that, but I truly believe that if you're stuck and you're having a little bit hard time, or you're trying to level but you just can't stick with it, this guide is for you, because you can basically turn on the television, or talk to your buddies or do something else. I'm always multitasking, and follow that little golden arrow. Read what you have to do and just do it. I mean, there's no thinking involved. Just hit level 67. We just finished up maxing out Maelstrom Weapon, and I'm almost done of my enhancement. I'm going to put one more point into Feral Spirits and move on to Elemental Tree. But this is what I was talking about earlier, as I got interrupted by my own video. Dugi's Guide now has a automatic quest acceptor. Now, I knew there was a separate add-on that did this, but man, the speed of it accepts quests and turns in quests so fast, it's impossible to beat. You'll just sit there, and if the guy has like 4 quests that he's giving out, it will accept them all in like a second, and it'll only stop it if you need to choose a piece of gear. Now, it would be better if it actually chose. This would be really hard to do, but it's a good idea. If it chose the piece of gear that would be better for your particular class. Now, that's something that they're probably working on, but you know what? Maybe someone would want to switch specs. I don't know. It's just an idea. I tend to have really ridiculous ideas. I do think a lot, but I think it would be a cool idea. What do you guys think? People are. I'm just reading through the comments here. I mean, they're saying, I wish I had your attention span when you're leveling. Like, how can you do this? I mean, you already leveled an 85 up. Like, you leveled up 2 85s already this year. How are you doing a 3rd one? I mean, it's just a game that I enjoy doing, and I enjoy making videos. I mean, there's some people out there that are addicted to watching progression. And, some people just don't like watching that stuff, which is fine by me. But there is a huge sum of people that enjoy watching people progress in World of Warcraft. This is why I make those videos. I think that is the coolest death animation out of any NPC in WoW. I absolutely love these guys. I think they look so amazing. Just like the mummy type look to it, like kind of like the energy holding them together. I think this is a really neat class. And I started to think about one of my stupid ideas already. And I'll come back to this in a second. See how many quests I just completed? If you didn't see that, go back and check it out. See how much experience I have left to go? All those quests, I hit level 68 on all those turn-ins. That's all I'm doing right now is turning in quests, and I hit level 68. But anyways, I think, wouldn't it be cool to have like a neutral faction where you can either pick Horde or Alliance and just have a bunch of different, different types of mobs with different starting areas? I know it's a hard thing to do, but maybe like for those guys, I don't even know their name. You can only be a particular thing, like maybe a warrior and a mage, but that's it. You know what I mean? So there we go. We just hit level 68. We're finished of Nagrand. We're done of the Outlands. Man, that quickly. So we're in Stormwind, and we're picking up the cold weather flying, and we're picking up the license to fly in Azeroth. As you've seen, I hit 1,000 gold and I dropped about 500 there. So we're on our way, working our way to Howling Forge. Now, I think this was probably the coolest intro to a zone, second to that of the Twilight Highlands Horde intro. I think this is really, really cool. I mean, you're on this Alliance ship, you're going to this new camp, and you just see one of your own ships stuck in the middle of the air on fire. I mean, that is pretty awesome. It's a cool little thing to watch too in ultra graphics. I think it's pretty cool. So we're moving on to Howling Forge. Has anybody heard of the movie The Big Lebowski? If you haven't heard it or haven't seen it, you need to go educate yourself and go watch it. It's one of the funniest movies I think I've ever seen. And there is a little Easter egg about that movie. If you guys are unaware, because if you play the Horde, you won't be aware of that. there's a whole questing hub where there's the Lebronsky, Walt, and Donnie, and the quests are called Out of Your Element, and you have to like destroy the Lebronsky's rug. If you haven't seen the movie, I know you're not going to understand, but oh my god, I laughed so hard when I seen that. It became my new favorite quest hub. So, you know what? In fact, just go on YouTube and just type The Big Lebowski, the fucking short version, and you'll be notified. I mean, it's like a 3-minute movie, but they say the F word so many times that you'll understand the storyline. Not even kidding. Go do it. I swear to God, I'm not lying to you. Cool little quest. Apparently I was invincible to undead, but in fact I just wasn't. I was taking some damage. I actually ended up dying because I thought I was a pretty impossible person to kill. Just showing off some of the cinematic type quests in Howling Forge, because there's a lot of them. I know I'm not saying that word right. No one says it right. I mean, there might be 1 or 2 people that say it, but I don't know. I'm just saying it the way I like to say the name, and don't get too worked up over it, because people did in the last video. So there's the quest. Donnie just gave me a quest, Out of My Element, question mark. Oh man. Yeah, you guys really need to see that movie. I'm sorry, I'm making a big deal out of it, but I just got really excited. You should have heard me on live stream. And there's Lebronsky and his rug that you have to tempt him and drag this robot over, and it's just a really weird quest chain. But in fact, I never finished these quests because at the end of it, I got really frustrated with a number of them, and I went to the Boring Tundra, which is great. Hit level 69, and I went right to Boring Tundra, which is a good move to do. I never like staying in Howling Forge too often or too much, just because it's just not the way I go. I have not finished Howling Forge at all, so I'm collecting turkeys. I think this is a pretty cool quest too. You have this little hawk, and you're just it's a big quest chain where you kind of have to like teach them to progressively kill more and more things. At first you're killing turkeys, and you're killing other hawks, and so on and so forth. Every so often this dude will just come out of nowhere and try to backstab you, just to give you some extra experience along the way. As you guys can see, I am 1 bar from level 69. So after that, you know, I was live streaming. I got some nasty latency, like I was explaining in my Q&A. That's why the PvP videos aren't coming out, guys, because I can't play Battlegrounds. My latency's too hard. There we go, level 69. We're done of howling. That's all it took. I mean, a couple quest hubs, and I was out of there. I didn't want to stick around. So we got Feral Spirits, one of my most used moves now. I always have that on off cooldown whenever I'm fighting something, because it's just it's such an amazing utility. It keeps me alive all the time in situations where a normal player would probably die. That and Maelstrom, you know, Greater Healing Wave, amazing. That saved me so much too. I mean, I find myself at 400 health sometimes because my latency is too big. As you guys can see, it is red and it's yellow. You'll never see it green in any of my videos for the past little while because my ISP sucks. Moving on to Boring Tundra, there's the cool little Alliance quest hub. I think it's pretty neat. Actually, inside the actual town, you kind of feel like there's people getting enlisted to war. I mean, there's a lot of things going on. Secret societies and cultists are under like planning attacks in the boats and stuff. It's a cool little area. I'm enjoying Boring a lot. These quests right here, I think, are my favorite ones in Northrend. I mean, the mobs are so squishy, and it's just an easy quest chain. You can nail this out in 10 minutes, and the reward is so great. I was having a lot of fun with these Feral Spirits. You can see my buddy, my Fire Elemental, with all the dead bodies around. You know, I pop that out in sketchy situations. There's a little Naga fight club going on again. It's not an escort quest, but if you see that guy on the beach, definitely just, you know, kill all the guys around him, and you get a cheap amount of experience. So, one harpoon down basically kills the dude. I think this quest is kind of pointless, but whatever, you know. You gotta kill this giant fish thing that's chilling under an iceberg. I don't know the point of it, but there he goes. He's spinning, epically dying. I don't know how you can do that in the water, but whatever, float your boat, man. There's level 70, unlocked heroism. I actually never got a chance to use that yet. And epic flying. Definitely not going to have enough gold to actually get my epic flying just yet. If anyone's wondering, I should get that much around level 77 just from questing alone. So there we go, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. It took a little bit of time for it to come out because of latency and some other things going on. But you know what? Next video we'll be hitting 75. I know, that's insane. Then level 80, then 81, 82, 83, 84, 85. That's the way I'm going to be making my videos. It's how I did it before. Worked out pretty awesome. So you know what? I had a lot of fun with this series, and it's almost over, guys. I know it's almost over, but I do have plans for other stuff in the future. So, you know, keep clicking that like button, keep leaving those comments, and make sure you subscribe to TGN World of Warcraft if you haven't already. I mean, come on, guys. I mean, it's the best channel on the internet. Come on, you gotta subscribe to it. And my name is DeadlySlob, and I'll see you guys next video.